Greetings, everyone. Thank you, Vlad. Congratulate you with the new position. And it's okay to have excitement, sort of, being nervous, because it's a good type of nervous when you're on new position, when we gonna face a certain situation, some working moments, and you get used to it. You will get better, and with each Zoom, you will be even stronger. Now, since we already passed the beginning and the greeting part, let's get to the news. Let me check how many people are here. 1,200. Well, I personally not know the tendency here. When we are not working, there's a lot of people. When we are working, there is no people. Maybe we
Uh,
should just turn off the one trade for a day, and then there's gonna be a lot of people and turn it on. Of course, it's a joke. No one take it seriously, please. Thank you. So this Zoom is gonna be brief because after this international Zoom call, I'm gonna have two technical Zooms since the transfer on the exchanges in the main cabinets with the new history. Also with the forming and separation of new pools. The separation, yes, it's currently it's done in manually, no, basically semi-automatic mode, since we gather in the volumes for each pool quite fast, and we need to put it all together in right places, and we need these technical zooms with technical department to automate the system to make it from semi-automatic to fully automatic. So yes, it's need to be done today. So this Zoom is going to be brief. So the first is about the Montenegro. Everything is already prepared. We received the lists from leaders and from the people, from the members. And before the lunch tomorrow with the conclave, we're gonna discuss and approve these lists. So those partners who are in list, be sure to actually tell them that they should prepare their tickets, and they also should tell if they are going to be on the event or they decided not to go, because it's important. We expect a great density because everything is already paid up and the hotel can host for 320 people. Of course, we expect that people gonna bring some other leaders, their friends and their partners, so on. But everything is included in payment, like accommodation, and you just need to actually get approved. Now, if you're gonna check, the next event is gonna be in Turkey. On a website, we gonna conduct what date we're gonna choose later. And yes, basically, we're gonna receive more information tomorrow as well. Now to the next topic. Now, about this site itself, a version of ARP Core, on the Monday there's gonna be the full reactivation of all tabs and sections like statistics and pools. Also, in the pools, there's gonna be displayed the amount of pools, which is for now the current, I can say, amount of pools forming is up to 20,000, and it's a great amount. People who actually get deposits from 100 to $200 could see that their transactions processing a little more than usual, is because we optimizing the system, making sure that everything is going smoothly and evenly like a full-fledged organism. But we need some time to make the optimization for that. Also, besides the amount of boosts, there's going to be amount of assets available in control of the company. The current percent of profitability on like USDT, Bitcoin is one profitability. On USDT, Ethereum is different profitability, depending on the cryptocurrency pair and the situation on the market, of course. Well, the full transferring, we're gonna talk about this more on the Monday, currently about the main cabinets of exchanges, because currently you are registered not on the exchanges itself, but on the history. Uh, and the whole optimization work is not on the work of the exchanges, but to make it sure that everything's gonna be correct for the members that are gonna be inside accounts, so not gonna just cancel some transactions or press something wrong, which is lead to some unforeseen consequences. Yes, we're working about and on that as well. Uh, And also, we receive a great statistic on certain providers of liquidity. So it's not only us that receiving such interesting movements, and we also ask question to our providers of liquidity how we just started and you already have so much transactions and volumes going on, and we also responding to such questions as well. So yes, basically the whole situation is that we started pretty fast, and as before, the community started even faster. So we need to catch up and then get even better with the development and scalability, just as before. Because the amount of volume on a trading that's also increasing pretty fast in pace. So on the Monday, it's gonna be important day for everyone because we're gonna review the main accounts, cabinets on the exchanges, and also gonna talk about the value, why what is worth to be in exchanges. Why we talking about that? Why we explaining to every single partner why it's so important. And I could say that for 4, I guess we could say 3 working days, we receive 1,200 new members, which is also not mentioning 30,000 members who continue working with us. It's a miracle. It's like ARPcore still living. Long live the ARPcore, and he given us his children. One of them is one trait, basically. Also, a little message from one of the moderators. He see a lot of partners with the with profile picture of ARPcore of one trait to be precise. So thank you from him and for home community. More than 50 members with the avatar of one trait. This is great. Thank you for your support. Also receive a great message in personal chat if I need help with the new t-shirts because there is a few holes in them. No, thank you. I don't need to sew it up. It's just the style. I like how it look on me. But I gonna take a note to whom I gonna address for a new t-shirts. Thank you very much. But yes, it was a funny moment, but let's get back to business. We already discussed the exchanges about any legal moments. I guess we're gonna talk about that on Wednesday. So yes, on the Monday it's gonna be a technical Zoom. On Wednesday we're gonna talk about legal moments, like what license on what it's actually given us rights, what given us what, and what company provide, what the risks, and what is actually the company ARP group even mean and what actually in the company as well. Everything gonna be close to the Wednesday. Now, also I want to remind everyone that tomorrow is going to be the last day for actually making a decision. I know there's not many who remained in ARP core who didn't choose anything, but please notify your partners, your members of your team that tomorrow is the last day and they need to choose something because of course on the next week starting the ARP core is gonna begin to work with the legal entities and the current base of people who are decided to terminate the contract gonna be transferred to a different domain so we can work with them. And at the current moment, on support, technical support, we're going to talk about that on Monday because currently we have only one technical support department for both the partners and for those who terminated the contracts and for those who decided to just continue working with us. But we can handle that. For now, we're receiving a good response from technical department that we can handle it. On the Monday, there's going to be some updates on that matter. About the Telegram problem, there was people who actually received an error of 502. It's actually connected to the nodes that we're using because some of them are located in the jurisdiction, some of them in United Arab Emirates, and some through the Moscow because of course we need that so they not get banned. But at the moment in the Russian Federation, everything get banned and could get banned. So some IP also get blocked. And that's why we need to make a route. We need to make a route into the Kazakhstan. So it's actually should receive the connection and make it so that members get to the to the nodes that are located in Moscow and then could actually enter the Telegram. So for now, you can just use VPN or any proxy for now, because we have consultation with data centers, and this is a problem that we should get sideways with, not the direct approach. It could be 3-4 days before you can actually enter the Telegram version without any problems at the current moment. So yes, we talk about this and that topic. There's actually lots of questions that I try to answer on the most actual one. Oh, yes. The main question from the people who actually want to terminate the contract, why such timeframes for the compensation for payments? Okay, it depends on different factors, and one of them was the assets that currently frozen on different exchanges. If those assets on some of the exchanges will be unfrozen, then of course the whole process is going to be faster. But we couldn't just, of course, lay on such fact that they could definitely be unfrozen, because this is not true. They could be frozen permanently. So that's why we use part of the assets in work, so we can actually get it more faster to the date of compensation. And nevertheless, we actually calculated firstly the whole time frame by the fact that partners who are going to terminate the contracts and partners who are going to continue working with us will be divided 50 to 50. We thought like that, but it actually appears that the amount of people who terminate the contracts, they in much loss, they much less than we anticipated. So we think the first payment, the first compensation, gonna be in 3 weeks. Of course, first of all, first in the line, more focus on people who get in the ARP core on the last days and basically just get into the worst position possible, so they could receive the compensation right away, first hand. And another question on that matter. If we gonna receive the compensation, the payments, could we continue work with one trade now? Well, under the same profile, under the same data, and with the same position in the structure, no, because as I mentioned before, you choose this and this decision is final. So with the same ID and so on, no, you couldn't, but you can to make it at a different profile, find some other referral link and get under the bottom of the structure, and with this way you could continue working with us. And yes, of course we mention everything of that because it's on the technical department part, so people understand that we given the prioritization to people, we given focus and full attention to those who continue working with us, because nevertheless the company receive benefits from that, as well as the members and investors, because with our calculation we see that 200% we can actually close such contracts by 2 months for real, and with optimization even faster, which is great. And it's that not covered by the trading platform. We didn't mention before. We mentioned that we're gonna implement the trading platform that's included tokenization contracts, tokenized contracts, which you could sell, you could buy, you could operate with that, and as a whole thing, the tokenized contracts is decentralized electro assets, which is great, of course. We're going to talk about that on the Friday of the next week. So yes, on the Monday of the next week is going to be the technical part. We're going to discuss that. On the Wednesday, we talk about the legal moments, the statistic, and the planning, the maybe roadmap from 2026 to 2027, and what we expecting from our part as well as a company. And on the Friday, we're going to talk about the products, what we implement, how to work with them, on what we give in focus. Of course, it's more focus is on international communities, but there will, of course, be offers and opportunities for Russian community, the initial one, when they're gonna get used to the model, when they understand how to work with that and what they could possibly get from it. Because, of course, opportunity included part when you get it something. So, yes, we have a full plan here. So, the question about the competition here. Well, I think every member could see what's happened on the competition field right now, who, of course, aware of what's happening on the internet field of the business. OneTrade is going to be one of a kind here. Of course, there's a lot of fakes, a lot of scam projects, but we make sure that we are here as one unique and only. And I'm not talking just without action. We're gonna take actions, just as I mentioned before, what's gonna happen with those who trying to interfere or make worse for our company or the community. So yes, nevertheless, there's a lot of fake websites, so be aware where you go in and what links you enter, because of course you are responsible for your data and your accounts. This is your information, this is your life and your funds. Be aware of that. It's already it's already 8:47 by Moscow time, basically 47 minutes we're talking, and I want to show my appreciation to all the partners who not just believe in ARP and who was initially with us, but also who those who believed in OneTrade, who believed in the arbitration and this opportunity and this model of profitability. Because despite the fact that I was nervous, I was thinking about taking decision to decline the whole community and go separate way. Despite that, we decided to keep working. We decided to continue collaboration with the community, and this is the right decision. This is the greatest decision we made. Even for those partners who decided to terminate the contracts, there was not a lot of them. Basically, 8 of 10 people from the community decided to keep going with us. And even those who decided to terminate contracts, sending us warm, pleasant letters, messages, talking that we gonna come back working. It's just some factors that why we decided to terminate contracts. So, nevertheless, thanks to all of you guys. And despite the fact that we had a schedule of Zoom calls twice per week, there is a lot of things happening today, and the business grown bigger and in different directions. On not only on the business part, but also on the technical part, on the legal part. So we need a great amount of Zoom on the week to actually explain it to the leaders, to the members, so everyone could spread this information, so that everyone understands with what we work in and how we go in with what direction. And how it's supposed to be this way. So on the Monday, I think we're gonna start this whole thing like TST, talking, showing, teaching. Maybe on the network program too. It could be on a Monday, maybe on a Wednesday, depending on how much time we're gonna have, because we have a lot to talk. How we get to that model from ARP core to what we have in OneTrade, how we find this golden middle with which we could actually make a formula for great profitability for the members, for the leaders, for the network leaders, and for the company as well. How to appreciate those leaders. And of course, there's going to be a hyper focus on arbitration because this is our main direction. This is the main tool we use to make money because this is why we here for to make profit and make sure those people who believe in us make profit as well. So no one could actually complain or try to intimidate us. I think that by 2026 we're gonna increase 3 times more as a community and have a turnover of 500, no, maybe $600 million. Nevertheless, it's great to see you all here. My personal appreciation and thanks to all the community. Thank you, Vlad, for the great introduction and performing. I think you're gonna be at best ambassador. Thanks to the translator for well the translation in English. I hope you also having a great time because well you're mostly listening to my voice and it's my greatest appreciation that you actually like what I'm doing here. So thank you. Thank you again, Eleven, from me. It is a great pleasure always to work with you and with the company. Now, we're gonna see you all guys on the Monday. Have a great day, night, evening, or morning, depending on your time frame. Have a great weekend. Have some fun or rest, depending on what you like. Have a great day, and see ya on Monday. Bye bye.